हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाये नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ओम नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranashchakshusrotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Ma Brahma Nirakarot अनिराकरणमस्त्व निराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। We'll chant the first mantra of the third section. Taime satyaha kamaha andrita pidhanaha tesham satyanam satam andritam apidhanam यो यो यस्येतः प्रेति न tam iha darshanaya labhate. So we are seeing this 8th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. For students who might find it difficult to comprehend that Nirgun Nirakar Brahma, the teacher points out that Brahma is present in our own heart. So this body is like a kingdom of that Brahma. Our own heart is the palace, and in the space of that heart, we have to seek that Brahma. And that is not a very small space. It is a subtle space in which exists the entire cosmos. All that is there in this entire cosmos, all that we desire, everything exists in this Brahma, in this Chidakash. And one who meditates on this Chidakash as one's own self, such a person attains all glories, attains whatever he desires. He can attain whatever loka he wants to attain, Pitrulok, Matrulok, and attains all glory. Hence, one should strive to gain that self alone. So, here in the third section, the teacher again conveys the importance of recognizing our own self as Brahma, recognizing that Brahma in our own heart. So in this first mantra, the teacher says, Kita ime satyaha kama andrita vidhanaha. This all the kamnas, all the objects of our desire, not only objects of our desires, but even people whom we love and we are attached to, all of them, they are all essentially Satya only. Our essential nature is Satya. But what appears outside in a particular form, having particular name, is asatyam or anritam. It is an appearance of that satyam. So generally we get fascinated by the appearance and we don't pay attention to that satya. Therefore, it is said here that this asatya is as though covering that satya. See, just as we see things in this world and we recognize those things also if we know, but sometimes certain things become difficult to recognize. For example, this flower is there in my hand. It looks like a beautiful flower. But what appears like a flower is just an appearance. It is that appearance is also true. Appearance also a fact. But it is just an appearance. So what is really there? What is really there is plastic, some synthetic material, which is converted into this beautiful flower. So that plastic is Satyam and this flower is Asatyam, Anritam. So when we look at this, we get so fascinated by the appearance that we fail to recognize the underlying uh, material, that which is Satyam. In the same way, this whole world, all that we experience, all that we desire, everything is Brahma and Brahma alone. That we have seen in the previous two chapters also. That the whole world has come from Brahma, means it is expression of Brahma, it is sustained in Brahma, and it merges back into Brahma. So the essence of everything and the essence of everyone is Brahma. When I look at myself also, outwardly one may see my body, one may interact with my mind, my intellect. But what is my essence? My essence is Brahma. And what is your essence? Your essence is Brahma. But if I meet you only at your physical level, if I interact with you and understand you and know you only as a physical being, then once the physical being changes, my interaction with you will also change. And that is what we see in the world. People get fascinated by the beauty of a person, so handsome, so beautiful, so dynamic, and they get into a relationship, they get married also. But this beauty, dynamism, etc., are asatyam, means they exist, but they change. So slowly the person start looking different. The hair start growing gray. There are wrinkles on the face. The senses become weak. And then the image or that person with whom I had the relationship is no more there outwardly. So people then they separate, they go away from each other. But those who can see deeper than the physical body, those who can recognize the mind, those who can understand the intellect of a person, those who are in love with the mind, the intellect, the intelligence, the talent of that person, which is more lasting than the physical body, then the attraction continues. But that also doesn't remain same. As we become old, the intellectual faculty, the mind, the memory, and all those things becomes weak. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddho yati vrhitva dandam tadapi namanchati asha pindam. So our body becomes weak, the hairs turn grey, even the mind, the intellect, the senses become weak. So then our attraction toward that person also disappears. But that person is not the body, that person is not the mind, intellect. That person is that Atma, that Brahma. So if I can relate with that Brahma in you, if I can relate and be in that relationship with that Brahma which is there within you, then that is eternal. Then that cannot be destroyed. And that is precisely the idea even behind the tradition which we have of meeting anyone with that we say Hari Om, Jai Shri Ram, Ram Ram, Jai Shri Krishna with a namaskar. What does it mean? We are not doing namaskar to that physical body. We are not doing that namaskar to the mind. We are doing namaskar to that Atma, to that Brahma which is there in your heart. But for an ignorant person, that Brahma remains hidden. And what hides that Brahma? The outer form, the outer name, the outer glories, the outer attractions. It hides. And that is precisely what is said here. Kita ime satyaha kamaha andrita apidhanaha. They are as though hidden by this andrita. Tesham satyanam satam andritam apidhanam. Though all these objects of our desires, people with whom we are connected, all of them are basically satya only, because their essential nature is satya. But they are as though covered by andritam. And the value of andritam keeps on changing and gets finally destroyed. To give you another example, is the example of gold. Suppose you go to the market and buy some gold. Let us say 10 grams of gold. I think about 60,000 or so. So I buy gold for 60,000 rupees. And then I give it to the goldsmith to convert it into a nice ring. I convert it into a nice ring. This is not gold, just for an example. So I convert it into a ring. But that person charges me something extra. Let us say he charges 20,000 rupees extra. So I have gold, which is 60,000, and I have an appearance of that gold like a ring, which costs 20,000. It has got a shine, it has got a design, it has got beautiful shape and all. But after some time, it gets spoiled, it gets crooked, it gets broken. Then I go to the goldsmith and I say that you give me 80,000, I want to sell this. He said, I won't give you 80,000. I will give you only 60,000, which is the cost of that material, cost of gold. So the gold remains same. The value of gold remains same. But the value of that appearance keeps on changing, and that is lost because it is asatyam and gold is satyam. So if this example is understood, Brahma is like gold. And this whole world is like a ornament. No doubt it's a beautiful ornament, but the very nature of this ornament is that it keeps on changing. And when we are attracted towards the ornament, then we feel sad, we feel disturbed, we feel angry, we feel jealous. But if we hold on to that essence, if we hold on to Brahma, then we never lose that Brahma. But if you hold on to the outer shining material, then it will get lost. That is precisely what is said here. See, the Brahma is also Satyam, and this world is also true, but it is constantly changing. World is not mithya. World is not mithya. World is not an illusion. World is not non-existent. World is an appearance of Brahma. Means Brahma alone appears like the world. World is Brahma only, but appearing like world. So if we are fascinated by the appearance will change. Appearance will get destroyed. Appearance doesn't last. And appearance is not available then again. Once it is gone, it is gone. So here the teacher says, कि all this Satya, that Satya Brahma is as though covered by Andratam. So ta ime satyaha kamaha andrata abhidhanaha tesham satyanam satam andratam abhidhanam yo yo hi asya ita preti. Therefore, whoever leaves this world and go away, we have our interaction with some person, our own family members. But if the family members, they depart from this world, they go away, then we don't see them again at all. Yo hi asya itaha preti na tam iha darshanaya labate. They are not available anywhere. We cannot see them. We cannot interact with them. Not only people, but even things which go away, which get destroyed, then that thing is not seen again. It is not available. So, yo yo hi asya ita preti na tam iha darshanaya labate. So how is it like that? How do you say that all these are satyam, but they are not available? With some example, can you explain? So the teacher now explains this with the help of a beautiful example in the next mantra. So let us chant mantra number 2. Ataye chasya iha jivaha ye cha pretaha yaccha anyat icchan na labate sarvam tad atra gatva vindate atra yasyete satyaha kamaha amrita apidhanaha tad yathapi hiranyanidhim nihitam akshetrajna उपरि उपरि संचरन्तः न विन्देयुः एवं एव इमाः सर्वाः प्रजाः अहरहर गच्छन्त्य एतं ब्रह्मलोकं न विन्दति अनृतेन हि प्रत्यूढाः. Once more. अथ ये चास्य इह जीवाः ये च प्रेताः यच्च अन्यत् इच्छन् न लभते सर्वं तद् अत्र गत्वा विन्दते अत्र यस्यैते सत्याः कामाः अनृताभिधानाः तद्यथापि हिरण्यनिधिं निहितम् अक्षेत्रज्ञा उपरि उपरि सञ्चरन्तः न विन्देयुः एवम् एव इमाः सर्वाः प्रजाः अहरहर गच्छन्त्य एतं ब्रह्मलोकं न विन्दन्ति अनृतेन हि प्रत्यूढाः. So the teacher says कि अथ ये च अस्य इहा जीवाः. Just like in this world, asya of this person, jivaha, all these people who are alive, so all these people, our parents, our relatives, our friends, we have so many people with whom we interact. And nowadays, with this boom in the social media and different types of platforms and all, people interact with thousands of other people. There are those who have millions of followers. And they post their photographs, their videos and all, and they get millions of followers. They know that they have just come out from the bathroom, that they have bought this new dress, that they are having this nice hot pizza, that they are now traveling, that they have just boarded the flight, that they have now just lying down, they are having a cup of coffee. So everyone, the whole millions of people, they know, oh, that is the beauty of this, all this social media is quite fun actually. Lot of fun. So, but many of these followers, we don't even see them. We may never see them in our life. But there are those with whom we constantly interact, our own family members, our relatives, our friend circle, our neighbors, people from our office and all. Those people from the shop where we visit regularly. So these people who are alive, with whom we are interacting, they also leave. Once we shift to some other place or something happens, we don't see them again. Or yecha pretaha, if they die and go away, if they leave this world, yecha pretaha, if they die, our own relatives, our friends, with whom we were interacting for so many years, that is also such a great mystery. And when it will come, at what time, in which place, in what form, nobody knows. Even the astrologers and all, they also don't know. They might give a general prediction that on one of the weekdays you will die. But everyone dies on one of the weekdays only. So a general prediction they might give, but exactly how a person leaves this world, we don't know. And it is so very amazing, so very strange. Just till a particular moment you are interacting with that person, and then next moment is gone. No breathing, no heartbeat, no pulse. The whole body becomes cold, gone. And however much we may like that person, however much we may have loved that person, then we don't want to keep that body. We just want to get rid of that body. Then that body doesn't have any value. See, if I'm on the way somewhere and if I want to keep some my baggage or something at my friend's place, I can just say that please, I will just keep this bag here. It is little broken. I don't want to carry it. I will pick it up in the evening. So the friend will allow. He will say, okay, keep it. But if the dead body is there, if I tell my friend, okay, just keep this dead body here, in the evening I will come and pick it up, nobody will keep. Nobody wants to keep it. We want to just get rid of it instantly, immediately. But when we are alive, we give so much importance to our body. It is so very valuable to us and to others also. We keep on taking care of it, decorating it, and all sorts of things. So once that the jiva departs from this body, then it's no longer available. Though we have certain rituals like Shraddha and all, which reach that person, but is not seen anywhere. Gone. So atha ye cha se yeh jivaha ye cha pretaha yacha anyad icchan. Also other objects which we might have some desires and all, they also change. With so much effort and spending so much money and all, we build a house, have a nice garden around, and decorate the house with so much of different types of furniture, specially ordered from some other country also. Carpets ordered from somewhere, curtains ordered from somewhere else. The installation in the bathroom and all is specially made, shining, gold plated, all sorts of things we might do. With modern technology, we can switch on and off the lights and other things just by speaking out. So much things we do, but they change. After some time, they stop working. You are out of your house, you just come there and then you give the command, open the door, and the door doesn't open. You keep on shouting. Something has gone wrong with the chip. So all sorts of things happen. The things don't remain same. They go away. Forget about the other things. Our own body doesn't remain same. So all the objects of our desires also, they are gone. Once they are gone, they are gone. Na labate, they are not available again. Means a particular situation, a particular condition in which we are today, tomorrow it will not be there. No amount of wealth and no amount of power can make you retain that condition. It's not possible. Things change, glories go away, excitement leaves us, followers they leave. Suddenly the that platform they change their rules and all, and they just all the followers they just many of them they leave. So na labate, they are not available. Sarvam tad atra gatva vindate. But the teacher says here is very interesting and important. All of them who have departed, who are alive, who all the objects and all are available here only. Where? Even those of the past and all people, all objects, all things are available here. Where? Atra gatva vindate. When we enter here means in our heart. Atra asmin hardakashe hi yasmat asya ete yathoktaha satyaha kama vartante. If we enter our own heart, then all these are available. All that was in the past, all that will be in future, all that is there here, all beings, everything is available here. See, nowadays we have this different systems also. Let us say we have some pen drive, and we have stored all the information. We have stored a lot of videos. We have stored a lot of music, and then we play that music. We see the different types of videos, and we enjoy it. Then I just remove that pen drive. Then it is not available. It is not, we cannot see, nobody can see. But all of them are there in that pen drive. They may not be expressing, but they are there. Similarly, the entire creation with all beings, with all objects, they are there in our own heart, in that Chidakash. An enlightened person has attained. Others, they run after only the outer forms and names. So, Sarvam tad atra gatva vindate. When we go here, go into our heart, we can gain them. We can attain them. Atra hi asya ete satyaha kama anritavidanaha. But they are all hidden there. The teacher says, Atra hi asya ete satyaha kamaha. Here, all these satya kamaha, all these objects of desires, all these people, they are there as covered by andrita, abhidhanaha. They are covered by that which is andrita, that which is changing, that which is only the form. It is covered by that. See, when we go to sleep also, when we are asleep, we are one with our own Supreme Self. We are one with that Brahma. But we don't recognize it. Here the teacher gives a very beautiful example. He says, Ki tad yatha api hiranya nidhim nihitam akshetradnya upari sancharantah na vindeyuhu. Just imagine that there is some gold or some wealth in the ground, and we are walking on top of that ground, but we don't see it, we don't recognize it. It is not available for us. Shankaracharya ji writes, हिरण्यनिधिं निहितं भूमेः अधस्तात् निक्षिप्त अक्षेत्रज्ञाः निधिशास्त्रैः निधिक्षेत्रम् अजानन्तः निधेः उपरि उपरि सञ्चरन्तः अपि निधिं न विन्देयुः. That even though we are walking on the ground and under that ground there is lot of wealth, but if we don't have the knowledge of the Bhushastra, means we don't have the knowledge of what is there within. If we have not Nidhi Shastraihi, if we don't have that Nidhi Shastra, the knowledge of the hidden wealth, then we might be walking on top, upari upari, sancharantaha api nidim na vindeyuhu. We will not be able to gain that wealth. See, in some countries also, like the Arabian countries and all, the climate and the whole weather and all is so harsh. Water is so scarce there, and the life is so very difficult. Even when the surrounding oceans and all that are there, but the water cannot be drunk because it's salty. So for many generations, for years together, they led a very hard life. Though a treasure, a wealth of oil was there just below in that ground itself. So all the generation, they walked over the sand and all, not realizing the wealth which is there within. But when they discovered this oil, then suddenly they discovered the wealth. And they not only consumed for themselves, but they sold it, they started selling it to the whole world. And that gave them so much of prosperity. Similarly, one may have wealth in our own houses also. In the good old days, our elders and all, they used to hide their jewelry and all inside the house somewhere. This bank system and all was not so popular. So the grandmother, grandfather, their wealth should not be stolen by anyone. So they will just dig some hole in in one of their room and put all the wealth in a matka, in a pot, and then put it in the ground and cover it. And they will not tell other family members. Keep it secret, thinking that just before our death, we will tell. But they suddenly die and go away, and then family members, they are not aware of it, and they lead a very poor life. They don't have enough wealth to take care of the family. So though they are walking around and lying down and so near the wealth which is there hidden, but it is not available for them because there is no one to guide them, to teach them, to tell them to look within, and you will find all the wealth. In the same way, Shankaracharya ji writes, कि एवं एव इमा अविद्यावत्य सर्वा इमा प्रजा. Similarly, all these beings, including all of us, all these beings, yathoktam hridayakasham, Brahmalokam, Brahma eva lokaha, Brahmalokaha tam aharahar pratyaham gachanti. That though all these beings, they go to this Brahmaloka, they enter the heart. See, all of us, we enter this heart and become one with that Brahma in our deep sleep. Now also we are one with Brahma. But we are so fascinated by the outer forms and names and all that we don't recognize it. It's like looking at this all this shape and form. We don't recognize that it is made up of this material. Hmm. Similarly, we go into that when we are in deep sleep, we get cut off from all these forms and all these names. There is no more identification with our body, no more identification with our senses, with our mind, and we are one with Brahma. Hmm. So Hridayakash Akash Abhyam Brahmalokam Brahmaiva Loko Brahmalokam Brahmalokaha Tam Aharaha Pratyaham. Aharahar means every day. So Sarva Prajaha Aharahar Gachantya. Every day. And some people more than once in a day. When they sleep, they go into the deep sleep. Deep sleep means dreamless sleep. See, even when we are dreaming, we are connected with our mind. But when there is no dream, then we remain as ourselves, free from all adhyas, free from all confusions, free from all distractions. So ahar prati aham gachantyo api sushupta kale. Sushupta kal. When we are in sushupti, deep sleep, we are one with that Brahma. Means I remain as Brahma. I am Brahma. Without distraction. See, in the waking state also I am Brahma, but with distraction. And the distractions are so much that Brahma is lost as though. But in deep sleep, I am Brahma without distraction. No distractions. Gachanti api sushupta kale na vindati na labhante eshaha aham brahma loka bhavam apanno asmi adya iti. Means even though I attain Brahma, but Shankaracharya writes, ki na vindati, we don't recognize it. We don't really attain because we don't recognize. What we don't recognize that I have attained this Brahma. Ishaha aham Brahma loka bhavam apannaha asmi. I have attained Brahma. This knowledge is not there. Therefore, when we wake up from our deep sleep, again we go looking for joys and pleasures in this world. Though, when we attain Brahma, we have attained everything. And that everything is there even now. But since we don't recognize, we don't know, we again loiter around in this world looking for joys. So Brahmaloka bhavam apannaha asmi adya iti na labante. We don't know that I have attained Brahma. Why? Andratena hi yathoktena hi yasmat pratyudhaha rataha swarupat avidyadi doshaihi bahihi apakrishtaha ityartaha. Because of this, there is a covering of this andrata. See, when we are awake, we identify with our body, our mind so much that when we are asleep, we don't recognize it. What is the difference between an enlightened person attaining it? See, an enlightened person in the waking state itself has recognized. Therefore, he remains enlightened all the time. He has recognized his own self while awake. Therefore, he is not confused whether he is awake, he is dreaming, or in deep sleep. But since we have not recognized that self, so even though we attain it, we don't know that we have attained it. So anratena hi yathoktena hi yasmat pratyudhaha. So that self, that supreme Brahma is as though covered by this anrata, by this changing appearance. The appearance covers it so much. Therefore, we use the term I slept. But if you inquire, who exactly slept? Who slept? When you say I slept, then I am awake now. I had gone to sleep. So who slept? Who was sleeping? If we inquire, we will be amazed. Who was sleeping? Brahma doesn't sleep. So when I say I was asleep, I am talking about when the mind, intellect was not functioning, that I call that I am asleep. That means I identify with my mind and intellect, and when they are not functioning, I say I am asleep. And when they are functioning, I say I am awake. But at Atma, that Brahma, it doesn't sleep. So an enlightened person knows that there is this sleep, waking, and dream is for the mind, for the intellect, not for the Atma. Atma doesn't sleep. But an ignorant person is totally disturbed or distracted by this anruta, by this changing appearance. And therefore he doesn't recognize that Brahma. So andrate nehi yathoktena hi yasma pratyudaha rataha swarupat avidyari doshahi bahihi apakrishta ityartah. Atah kashtam idam vartate jantunam yasvayattam api brahma na lavate iti abhiprayah. Therefore, here the Shruti is expressing custom, sadness that though all beings they attain that Brahma, but still they don't recognize it. Though we attain Brahma, and Brahma is available all the time, one doesn't recognize. Just as the wealth is available, and though the person is walking around, but since he he doesn't recognize, it is as good as he is poor only. Though he is wealthy, though he is prosperous, but since that wealth is not available, he is poor. Similarly, everything is there within our own self. We are rich. We are the sole emperor of this entire cosmos. But since we have not recognized it, since we have not approached a teacher, since we have not studied the Shastras, means Vedanta, since we have not contemplated and understood what is being conveyed, since we have not meditated, since we have not gained that abidance in ourself, it remains hidden from us. We remain poor. Therefore, we are called poor, miserable, samsari jiva, though we are the emperor of this entire creation. So, na lavate iti abhiprayaha. So, this is the most fascinating thing which is conveyed here. So, further, the teacher says in the next mantra, he gives the etymological meaning of this word, of this name, Hridayam. We say that Brahma is present in the Hridaya. So why that name is there? Hridayam. So the etymological meaning is given of that name, Hridayam. So let us chant mantra number 3. Sava esha atma hridhi tasya etad eva niruktam hridhi ayam iti hridyam iti tasmat hridayam ahar aharva evam vid swargam lokam iti sava esha atma hridhi tasya etad eva niruktam hridyam iti tasmad hridayam ahar ahar va evam vid swargam lokam iti. Says Sava Esha Atma. This Atma, this Chidakash itself is the Shuddha Atma. It is called Shuddha Atma. See, I experience that my own self in waking, dream, and deep sleep also, but that is Ashuddha because it is not experienced as it is. In the waking, we experience ourselves along with our body, mind, not realizing the real nature of this body, mind as our own self. They are also expression of our own self. In the dream, we experience ourselves along with our mind, intellect. In deep sleep, the ignorance still is there. Therefore, we don't recognize ourselves in deep sleep also. So they are ashuddha only, impure, along with the upadhis. But the Shuddha Atma, what is called Turiya Atma, is that Brahma only. So where is that Atma? Sava Esha Atma Hridhi. It is there in my own heart, in this heart itself. Means it is there in our, it has to be seen, located in our Antakarana itself. See, we experience our Antakarana in our heart. The sense of I is experienced in our heart. So in that heart itself is present that Atma. Tasya etad eva niruktam. The etymological derivation also of this Atma is can be seen from the name Hridayam. That Hridayam, that word, it comes from these two words, Ridhi and Ayam. Ridhi means in the heart, Ayam means this. This Atma is in the heart. Hridayam, that name means this Atma is in the heart. Rit means heart, Ayam means this. So Ridhi means in this heart, Ayam, this Atma. So Hridayam. So Tasmat Hridayam Ahar Evam Vit. So in this Hriday, Ahar every day, one goes and attains that Brahma, attains that Atma, Swargam Lokam iti, which is indicated here as Swargam also, that Atma, because it is of the nature of supreme bliss, it is called Swarga. So one attains that Swarga Lok, means Atma Lok, means Brahma Lok, means we attain our own self. More about this we will see in our class on Friday. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and listen to the pravachan again and contemplate, think, feel. What is conveyed, you have to feel it. Not only you have to understand it, but you should be able to feel what is conveyed. More about this we will see in our class on Friday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Boli Siya Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.